The letter arrived in a blue envelope, slipped through the mail slot of a nondescript row house on St. Vincent Street in a quiet residential neighborhood of northeast Philadelphia. Inside, a man eagerly tore the package open. He had been in the city for years, but Vince Conlon, nearly 40, slim and dark-eyed with a long face, still had the clipped brogue of Ireland's border counties. Since first settling in Philly a decade earlier, there had been a steady march of mail from back home, but in recent months, the notes were growing more urgent. This particular dispatch, which arrived from Dublin, was typewritten and unsigned, but the writer needed no introduction. As for the message itself, well, Conlon had been waiting to read these words for a very long time. It was all life seemed to be about those days, and he wasn't good at it. Waiting. Impatient even in the best of times, Conlon, a brash, devoted IRA man from Armagh, a deeply sectarian county along the border in Northern Ireland, had suffered through the last decade, and the last few years especially, as the IRA withered on the vine, its leadership steadily becoming less aggressive and less ambitious than the plucky force he had joined as a young man. The truth was that for Conlon, there was little about life that hadn't been about the Irish Republican Army. This house, this chapter, his family's arrival in Philadelphia, all were tied in some way to the IRA and its cause. Conlon and his wife Marina had landed in the city in 1960 with their newborn son, finding in the leafy, quiet streets a haven from the dismal economic straits of Ireland and London, and a much-needed break for Vince, who had spent years dodging arrest warrants and breaking out of jail cells along the Northern Irish border. In Philadelphia, he assimilated quickly, settling down in the Five Points neighborhood, a predominantly Irish working-class area, where he became a well-liked neighbor, an attentive father, and a successful carpenter. Through it all, though, Vince Conlon harbored a secret. Far from leaving the IRA behind, Conlon had spent his years in America on a very important mission. And now, in the autumn of 1969, nearly a decade after it started, the operation might finally be bearing fruit. The letter in Conlon's hands almost certainly brought important news from comrades back home, fellow IRA veterans who felt the same way he did with the same goal: to expel the British from Northern Ireland, whatever the cost.